Hi, I'm Thomas Nephew. I'm with Montgomery County Civil Rights Coalition. I'd like to address my question to Senator Smith regarding a sort of unfinished business and continuing business from the last year's police reform legislation. I'd like to know what your thinking is about the SWAT bill that you entered last year that we supported. I'm also interested in your thinking on civilian participation in trial boards. That seems to have been something that has moved into the county realm, and I'm wondering if you might support legislation from the Montgomery County delegation that at least one kind of trial board that is legislatively created versus the bargaining kind of trial board, if you might support implementing that through the Montgomery County delegation. And of course, anybody else who has thoughts on these issues, we'd all be glad to hear from. Thanks.
Well, thanks for the question. I'll just take the first bill, the SWAT team transparency bill, and the bill was put in response to a number of complaints and then also a recent trend of not only the militarization of police departments, but also because of the disproportionate application and deployment of SWAT teams in communities of color, and for instances that really didn't necessitate a SWAT team, simple serving warrants, and that had a disproportionate effect a negative effect on communities of color. So that was all anecdotal. No one was collecting that information, but it was all out there in the press and in the public. So what this bill would have required is to have a simple accounting of that. So when do you deploy a SWAT team? What was the search warrant for? What was the product of that? Was anyone shot? And we've had a summer-long negotiation with the sheriffs, the police departments, the SWAT team commanders throughout the state, ACLU, brought together a broad coalition and produced a pretty good product, I thought, that everyone was happy with. Law enforcement wasn't happy with it, but we were able to get it through the House Judiciary Committee and through the House. It stalled in the Senate, in the JPR, which is where I'll be going. I'll be sitting on the Judicial Proceedings Committee. Anthony Muse, Senator Muse from Georgia had that bill, so I'll be looking forward to working with him on that side. I don't know, maybe we can talk about some of our colleagues here that are in Judiciary. David, we still have to sit down and chat. We've talked on the phone about the stuff we're going to be working together on. Maybe this is something he'll be interested in. So that's where that lies. So I'm going to work as hard as I can on the Senate side, but it came out of the House last time, and so we're hopeful that it'll do the same for the Senate. With respect to the Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights and the Civilian Review Board, that was a major point of contention last year. And so I'll just walk you through a little bit of that process. The Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights is some of the elements that are collectively bargained for. Which means that the police, the FOP gives a little bit, and the state gives a little bit. So each party gives a little bit to come up with a product, and they agree to live with this. The Civilian Review Board is a critical piece of police reform, and that was the subject of a lot of contention in this work group that I was a part of last session. And so the major point of contention was, it wasn't along party lines, it was really along whether you would open up something that had been collectively bargained for, which the officers had, and in the interest of superseding, what I view as superseding interest of public safety, meaning that you'd have more civilians part of a review process when police officers get into some sort of trouble, essentially. And so what we did was we said that we want to add more civilians onto this board, because we think that civilian oversight and civilian input allows for more accountability and transparency, much like that SWAT team transparency bill. We didn't get there, and so that's something we need. We added some members, but it isn't enough, and we haven't added enough civilians, and it's not strong enough, in my opinion, and I think probably in the opinions of everyone sitting up here. And so that's something that's going to be the subject of something we have to go forward with Law Enforcement Officer Bill of Rights, the LEOBR that you heard so much about last year. So that's something that, yes, to answer your question very succinctly, yes, I would support that. I'm sure most folks in Montgomery County would support that, but that's a delicate balance. It's not along partisan or party lines. You've got, labor and folks that are interested in police reform on opposite sides here, and I think there's a middle ground that we can do. But I do think this piece for the civilian review is critical and something that I'm looking forward to pushing for.